Welcome to Varia Princess Playback. I hope you're in the mood for a Halloween special because today there will be vampires. Today we'll be looking at Season 2, Episode 4, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Big thanks to Cheryl for suggesting this episode. If there's an episode you'd like me to cover, make sure you leave a comment down below. Now let's get stuck in. It's a dark and stormy night and some wolves are chasing someone through the woods. Before we can find out who's being chased, we cut to Xena and Gabrielle, who have just heard that 6 women have gone missing from the nearby area. Xena thinks it's probably because they're in the Bacchae forest, and Gabrielle quickly launches into a TED talk about Bacchus. PowerPoint time! So the Bacchae forest is hunting grounds for Bacchus, the god of wine, who is a Roman god, not a Greek one, but shh. The Bacchae are basically his harem of sexy ladies with pointy teeth who only come out at night and want to suck your blood. If they bite you, you can turn into one as well, they can take different forms, yada yada yada. So yeah, they're vampires. They're basically vampires. Orpheus, in the world of Xena and very much not in the actual world of mythology, is a severed head whose singing is said to tame the Bacchae. But they can't hear him singing now, and that means we're in for an episode of vampire trouble. Gabrielle just gets done saying that vampire stories are all made up when Joxer crashes into her, pursued by angry wolves. They might just be huskies, I'm not sure. Either way, Xena scares them off by cracking a whip, which means they can now ask Joxer what he's doing in the Bacchae forest.
Mission: to save the world.
He delivers a package from Orpheus to Xena, and Xena's face falls. I'm pretty sure she already knows what's inside.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah. Get ready for a whole episode of them creatively finding ways to make Orpheus the severed head happen. This actor blatantly had his head between Ted Raimi's legs, and that's funny to me. Orpheus wants to save the missing women from Bacchus and mentions that even though he has hated Xena forevs, he needs her help to do it. Now they need to go into town to get Orpheus's lyre from the safe place where he stashed it. Before they do, Gabrielle wants to know why Orpheus hates Xena, and Xena explains it's because she sort of got his wife Eurydice killed back when she was fighting Bacchus with her army. Cut to Bacchus, who looks just like Tim Curry in Legend, but is less sexually confusing.
As you wish.
He sends his Bacchae off to do a little job for him, then cackles about it maniacally. Classic villain stuff, you know how it be. The gang arrives in town, and it turns out there's a festival where everyone dresses up in costumes to scare away the Bacchae. Orpheus has his costume sorted. They soon find out... Wait! Zoom in! They soon find out that Orpheus's mate, who was looking after the lyre, got strung up, and the lyre's been stolen. Ruh-roh! They split up because Xena says so, though I'm not really sure why. Gabrielle thinks she sees a woman being taken against her will and runs in to investigate. Suddenly she's in a gothy nightclub with the most 90s music ever playing. I almost feel like we're at the Bronze in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but this was made 1 year before Buffy moved to Sunnydale, so we absolutely can't blame Joss Whedon. Meanwhile, these two Bacchae are leaving town with the lyre when these 2 men stop them and hit on them. Even though they totally deserve to be drained like a Capri Sun, Xena shows up to save the day. Some interesting wire work happens, but you don't really get to enjoy it because of all these weird swift cuts interspersed with creepy close-ups and weird monster POV shots. I honestly don't love the choices the director of this episode made. Anyway, the creepy dudes are saved, but the Bacchae get away with the lyre. Meanwhile, sexy 90s vampire nonsense ensues. Joxer has Orpheus up on a stick to look for Gabrielle. Fun behind the scenes fact for you, the animatronic head they use in some scenes looked so bad it made the actors laugh, so half the time it's there the actors are pointedly trying not to look at them. And I don't blame them, it's pretty funny. Joxer grabs Gabrielle and pulls her away from the Bacchae. But Dad, we were just dancing, you're the worst. Speaking of dancing, this god. The group gets back together and Joxer sums up the plan.
First, we find the lyre. Then we get someone to play it. Orpheus sings, the Bacchae sleep. We go in, kill Bacchus, and free the girls?
Exactly.
Xena decides Joxer isn't coming, but Joxer quickly says something to change her mind.
I guess you don't want someone who plays the lyre?
Xena agrees he can come, and then Joxer notices the blood on her neck. Dun dun dun! Okay, but now we have a solid 10 minutes of Joxer worrying that Xena might be a Bacchae when the whole thing could have been avoided with one small simple phrase.
Oh, you got red on you.
Yeah.
Cut to them camping that night, and Gabrielle using a knife just gives me anxiety. Don't cut towards your hand. Xena and Orpheus have a little heart-to-heart about the death of his wife. He shouts at her.
Blood is on your hands.
And she flings a knife into a tree. That went well.
Nobody sleeps soundly tonight.
Xena creeps into shot holding a knife, and it seems like maybe she's going to stab Joxer, but...
Spider. Sand spider.
What? Is that a thing in Greece? Okay, so I guess sand spiders don't live in Greece, typically African deserts, and they actually bury themselves in the sand and are dangerous to humans, so that makes it the scariest thing in this episode. Bacchus is getting all excited because he's decided he's going to have Xena as a bacchae. You can lick your hand all you want, mate, you're still not going to be as sexy as Tim Curry. Xena and company arrive at Bacchus's catacombs to rob some graves. They're actually here to grab some dryad bones, which are the only thing that can kill bacchae.
What's a dryad?
Good question, Joxer. I'm pretty sure in Greek mythology, dryads are just like tree ladies who look a bit like Florence and the Machine. But in the world of Xena, they are winged skelly bone horrors! Joxer gets dragged into an open grave for a good bit of campy horror. Then the dryads attack, and Xena fights them. This one tries to fly off with Orpheus, but a quick chakram throw takes care of it. Now it's time to collect the pointy dryad bones. Joxer decides it would be just super subtle to threaten Xena with one and see if she's afraid of it.
But you had blood on your neck.
Sorry to disappoint.
Then after that weirdly polite conversation, this happens. It's such a weird way to do the reveal, like, okay, no one was even talking to you, Gabrielle. It could have been such a dramatic moment. Instead, it's just like, oh, I guess this is happening now. Vampire Gabrielle flies into the catacombs, so of course Xena and the others follow her in. Orpheus tells Xena to forget the girl. Pfft, no way.
I can't do that.
Orpheus says,
I should never have trusted you.
which is weird because I'm pretty sure this story started with him mailing himself to Xena. Whatever, Xena's not giving up on Gabrielle. Orpheus then decides to tell Joxer that Xena's friendship has blinded her to the mission and it's all up to him now. Has he met Joxer? That flappy head puppet is still funny. Cut to more moody 90s vampire nonsense. There's so much of it, in fact, that it's pretty obvious they didn't have enough plot to fill the episode. Bacchus tells the new bacchae that they have to drink his blood to become one with him. Yum. Xena tells Joxer to reach the lyre and play it. Suddenly, Orpheus decides to apologize to Xena, and I have no clue why. 2 minutes ago, he was telling Joxer that Xena was a lost cause and it was all up to him. Now he's all, I guess it wasn't your fault my wife died after all. Whatever, let's go kick some horny red god butt. Gabrielle almost drinks the blood, but Chakram to the rescue. Time to fight.
She's not interested, Bacchus.
Joxer's going to climb up to where the lyre is while Xena keeps the bacchae busy. She takes a quick chug of something boozy and then it's vampire flambe for our Smackdown of the Week! As a reminder, in the 90s they weren't CGing this stuff quite yet, so Lucy Lawless had to actually do that fire breathing for realsies. There's not a lot of great moments in this fight, honestly. Most of it's pretty hard to follow, but I do like how she kind of just chucks this one into a wall and it explodes. Gabby comes this close to drinking the blood again, but Joxer and Orpheus interrupt with this sweet jam. Bacchus flies on over and wham! Xena quickly scrambles up to stab Bacchus with a dryad bone and push him off the cliff. But Bacchus pops right back up again.
Don't you know only a bacchae can kill me?
Did he just tell Xena how to kill him? Then he sends Gabrielle up to bite Xena.
Do it.
And is surprised that when Xena turns into a vampire, she immediately jumps down and stabs him. And he also explodes. Gabrielle and Xena turn human again, and so did all of the other bacchae who Xena didn't kill during the episode. And look who has a body again! Orpheus takes his lyre back and immediately vanishes. It's implied that he's been reunited with his dead wife, but I don't really care. Now it's time for everyone to part ways and go on with their lives.
Farewell, my warrior chums!
The day is saved, and Bacchus is gone forever. Or is he? Yeah, he is. We'd never see him again after this episode. This episode is not my favorite, honestly. There's a lot of fun moments, but the choice to make the camera go all choppy when the bacchae are doing stuff makes the action scenes really hard to follow. The party scenes look really dated now, though they did make me a bit nostalgic for the teen horror movies of the 90s. Gabrielle turning into a bacchae happened at a really odd moment that seemed to come out of nowhere. Like everyone else was just talking and she just turned around and went, surprise! when it could have been a really cool twist if they dropped it at a more dramatic moment. All of that said, I think what saves this episode is the campiness of it and how they clearly had a lot of fun making it. 2.5 chakrams out of 5. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go on and hit subscribe. I have a whole playlist of Xena reviews you can check out, and there's more coming soon. In the meantime, happy Halloween, everybody! Ha ha ha! I don't know what this voice is. Thanks for watching, guys!